Have you ever gotten to day 5 of your trip, and as much as you are absolutely loving all of the different experiences that you're having, you find yourself looking exactly the same in every photo? Your simple, neutral travel capsule wardrobe has you blending into the background. Well, today I am sharing the secret weapons that will transform your travel basics and put you back in the center of your photos. And bonus, they're not going to add any bulk to your suitcase, and they're not going to break the bank. Let's go. Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I am Christy, the Gen X Gypsy, and on this channel, we like to share all the ways that you can feel more put together and confident when you are out there traveling the world. And I am so excited for today's video. It is one that I have been thinking about and wanting to do for quite a while now. And I got the inspiration for this video when I was scrolling through Instagram, and I kept seeing all of those wearing versus styling videos. And I just love the idea of showcasing how different inexpensive accessories can completely change the look of an outfit. And when it comes to travel capsule outfits, changing up the look is the name of the game if you don't want to be completely bored with your clothes by day 4. The first accessory is one that I never used to pack, but it's now one of the first things that I add to my packing list, and that is a belt. And I should say belts because I am usually packing a few different options of belts to take with me because they can do different things. So I have a whole pile of belts here on my lap that I'm going to go through because, you know, I choose different belts for different trips just depending on the look that I am going for. And some of these, many of these, you will have seen in different travel capsule wardrobe videos that I have done through the past few years. So the first one I want to point out is one that is very appropriate for summer, and they are these stretchy rattan belts. These came in a set of 4. So I have this patterned, like black and tan pattern one. Then I have a solid black one, darker neutral rattan one, and I think the 4th one I left back in the other room, and it's a lighter rattan color. Now these do not have holes in them because they are stretchy and they will fit, you know, a variety of different sizes, which is nice. So it means that you can also wear this belt around your waist or around your hips, depending on what you want to do. They just add so much character to whatever you put them on. Like you could just be wearing a plain black dress and then throw this patterned belt around the waist of the black dress, and it completely changes up the look of the dress. I just love taking a couple of these with me on my summer trips to add a little bit more character and texture to my outfits. This one is probably the one that gets used the most. These are very lightweight. I don't think the pack of 4 is very expensive at all. So by the time you like divide it up by each belt, I don't think the belts cost very much individually. And they're super comfortable. Just a really nice addition to your travel capsule wardrobe, especially if you're someone like me who likes to go for sort of a boho natural kind of look. These are great belts to help with, you know, styling things in that way. So the next belt option that I take is, and this is one that is for my more tailored looking travel capsule wardrobes, and that is an adjustable skinny belt. So these belts just have the little twist buckle here. So you have a little twist belt, but a little twist buckle there. But the great thing about these is they are adjustable in the back, so you can adjust them for however, you know, the size that you need. Again, whether you want to wear them around your hips or you want to wear them around your waist. I like to wear these a lot if I am wearing a sweater and the sweater like comes down to my hips. I will use a belt like this to put around my waist to give me a little bit more definition. And this, I can't remember if I think these I bought individually, but I do have 2 different colors of these. Gosh, everything is falling off of my lap. I try to be so organized and so put together, and then I start filming and everything just goes to hell in a handbasket. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with Chaos Christie. So the second color that I have is this tan color. So two very neutral colors, just black and tan, go with pretty much everything. I probably take these more in the spring and the fall than I do in the summertime, unless I'm specifically packing a more tailored travel capsule wardrobe. The third belt option that I have is this reversible belt that you connect. The buckle is basically the connector, and this has got, so it's got kind of the fake Hermes symbol. Obviously nobody's going to mistake that for real Hermes. Is that how you say it? Hermes, right? You don't pronounce the H. I'm so uncultured, I don't even know. But you will choose the hole that you want the belt to go through, and then you just slide this in through, and then you buckle it by poking that post through that hole too. And then that's how the belt stays on when you are wearing it. And as you can see, it is reversible from tan to black. So here you have two belts in one that you can take with you. Again, this is another option that I take with my more tailored outfits. Probably more so when I am wearing jeans. I do like to wear this belt with jeans quite often. I think it looks really good. It's the right size that fits through those belt loops really well. And it's just a very clean, classic look. My last option, I always like having something that has a little bit of an animal print, because this is a great way to introduce animal print into your travel capsule wardrobe without having to commit to a whole piece of clothing being in animal print. And of course, the leopard print is a print that goes with, it's really considered a neutral because it goes with so much. I mean, you can wear this with almost any color, and of course it looks great with your neutrals. Accessory number 2 that can make a huge difference to your travel capsule wardrobe is not going to be a surprise. It is scarves, and I'm talking all different kinds of scarves. In fact, I've done an entire video on creative ways to wear scarves to liven up your travel capsule wardrobe, which I will have linked in the description below if you want to go watch that after you have finished this video. I'm not going to go over as much as I go over in that video about how to wear these scarves. I'm just going to kind of talk about the variety of scarves that I have. In that video, I show you ways to wear a scarf with a scarf ring, how to wear scarves in creative ways in your hair, how to make a large vest that you can wear out of your scarf, or even how you can make kind of a little shrug out of a silk scarf that you can wear with a pretty dress. Some of my favorite scarves, hold on, I've got them down here. Okay. This is a very, very tiny portion of the scarves that I have. In fact, I need to go through my scarf inventory because it is out of control. Things that I have hoarding issues with that I collect and then never really go through and eliminate. I have issues with collecting lip colors, lip gloss, lipsticks, lip liners, all of the things to do with the lips, nail polishes. I'll go into CVS to pick up my meds, and I almost always come out with another color of nail polish. I mean, it's a problem. And the third thing is scarves. I have so many scarves. And of course, depending on what time of year it is and what season it is, you know, you want to wear different scarves for different things. So this is a very, very small compilation of different scarves that I have that I really enjoy wearing. These are ones that I tend to go back to over and over again. So the first one is this cashmere blend scarf from Quince that I've had for a while in this like brown zebra print. This is one that I love to wear on the plane as my plain scarf, but it's a nice pattern, especially if you've got a very neutral travel capsule wardrobe. Gosh, this hair keeps getting in my mouth. Travel capsule wardrobe. This is one that can add just a little bit of texture and pattern to your outfits without overwhelming you in a lot of color. This boho scarf I've talked about so many times. Now this is, a polyester blend scarf, although to me it feels just like a very lightweight cotton, but it's not really cotton. And this is a scarf that I think is only around $10. The quince scarf is one of the pricier items that I'm talking about in this video. The majority of these accessories I've tried to keep under $30 a piece. This boho scarf is one that I've had for several years and I love it. I have taken it on several trips and it's just a fun, colorful scarf to add a lot of texture and color to your travel wardrobe. And especially for me who likes to be a little more boho, this really goes with my style. And sticking with that one, I also have this, for a while when that boho scarf wasn't available on Amazon, then I went to look for something else that I thought would be kind of similar and give a similar vibe, I guess. And I found this hummingbird scarf, which is another favorite of mine that I wear quite a bit. And this one isn't as wide. It's more of a long scarf, but it's not as wide this way as the boho scarf. The boho scarf is more square, this is more rectangular. And I have this in both this blue color and then I have it in like a khaki color. But as my hair has gotten silver and over the past year or so, I've been noticing that if I wear things that are more ecru or oatmeal colored or cream colored or even whites, I'm getting a little washed out. It doesn't really go with the my hair color. So I'm trying to work the brighter colors back into my wardrobe, or darker things like this charcoal gray top that I'm wearing today. I'm trying to do the darker colors so that there's a little bit more contrast. So I love this hummingbird scarf, another one I use quite often. And then I have this navy blue linen scarf that I got from Quince, and this is a newer addition to my collection. I got it for the wedding that I went to in May, but I really love this dark blue and it's so lightweight and airy because of course it's linen. It's a very, very lovely scarf. I think that I might be using this quite a bit for my summer trips that I have planned. We are going up to Prince Edward Island. I've talked about this a lot. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about this, but we are going to Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island in August. So I know it'll be warm, but I also know from living in the Pacific Northwest that it can get chilly at night, even in August. So I'll probably be taking a few of these scarves with me, and I think this is going to be one of those that I'm going to take. And then these are only two of many silk scarves that I have started to collect over the past year because scarves are having a moment. I've seen so much more styling with scarves, especially like neck scarves and scarves in hair. I know the kiddos all like wearing the boho scarf around their head, like a little kerchief kind of thing. I've tried to do I don't think it looks very good on me, so that's not a way. But I do wear them as headbands, or I'll wrap it around my ponytail, and those are ways to wear it in your hair. I also love to tie a scarf around my purse strap to add color to an outfit. So these are just a couple. I think this scarf, I found another distributor that has this scarf available. It was sold out for a while. I love this pop of color. This is one of my smaller scarves, and this is one that I'll wear around my neck sometimes, or I'll wear it around my ponytail. Anything that has red in it, I love to add into my travel capsule wardrobes because that is just such a strong pop of color that will really stand out in any pictures that you take. And then this is my newest collection, or my newest addition to my silk scarves, and it's this really pretty. In fact, you can see I haven't even had time to steam the fold marks out of it, and it's just this pretty turquoise, orange, and red. Again, the colors that I gravitate towards for adding that boho vibe into my travel capsule wardrobe. I can't remember if I did it in the scarf video, but I have done it in one of my travel capsule wardrobes where I tied the scarf around the arm of my tank top. So then you end up with like this pretty little like decorative scarf on your tank top. Just so many fun ways to be able to wear scarves, and they add so much to your plain neutral clothes that you pack for a travel capsule that this is probably not the last video that you're going to see from me about scarves. Okay, so item number 3 is hats. And this is something I don't actually talk about very much in my travel capsule wardrobe videos, but it is something that I usually am taking at least one hat with me on my trips. Now, I will admit that a lot of times it is a baseball hat that I am taking with me because that is just so easy and it's what I have had readily available. A very functional purpose of hats is for sun protection, right? So if you're out walking around even a city, you can get that sun reflecting off of the buildings and off of the sidewalks and the streets, and you are still obviously getting exposed to the sun, even if you're not just walking on a beach. So hats can absolutely help you prevent sun damage. But I also think that adding a hat to your outfits is a very intentional way to style your outfit and take it really to the next level, because it does take a lot of thought to consider what hat goes with your different outfits. And as I have said, baseball hats, like this is one of my favorites currently. So this is my friend's daughter who has a custom swimsuit company that she makes custom swimsuits. I have several of her custom swimsuits. In fact, I will have her information in the description below if you want to check out her business. But this is her logo on the hat. It's an orchid. And then I really liked the black textured because it goes with so much. And I feel like when I'm outdoor doing outdoorsy type stuff, this is a real fun hat to wear around. And sometimes I will take a hat from North Carolina with me when I'm traveling overseas, because then that's kind of a fun hat to be wearing for conversation starters. And then people will be like, oh, are you from North Carolina? And you can start a conversation that way. So that's another fun way to wear baseball hats if you are a baseball hat person. And before you come at me about nobody wears baseball hats in Europe, I saw plenty of people wearing baseball hats, plenty of women, European women wearing baseball hats in Europe last year when I was in Portugal. I absolutely see people wearing baseball hats. So don't think of it as you don't want to wear a baseball hat when you are in Europe. You can absolutely do that. But I do think 2 better options are a bucket hat or a cute little fedora. I haven't found like a regular felt fedora. I used to have a couple that were really cute and I would wear quite often, but I haven't. I think my daughter actually might have borrowed those from me and I've never gotten them back. But I just recently got this cute little straw fedora that I think is adorable, and I think you're going to start seeing this in a lot of my videos where I am traveling, because this is a fun little hat. It gives a little bit of sun protection, just a little bit. It's a really, really fun hat that I think looks really cute with a lot of summer clothes and into the fall. So this fall I might look for another fedora to wear in the fall too, because I'd forgotten how much I actually really love having a fedora hat. And then the third option is the bucket hat. So I was in a big bucket hat mood a few years ago when we went to Japan and Korea. I was wearing bucket hats quite a bit. And in fact, I have a straw bucket hat that I wear quite a bit on the beach for sun protection on both my face and to keep my hair from turning yellow. So I kind of got away from wearing bucket hats, but I've been seeing a few more that are super cute lately. And in fact, I just got this one that I am loving. This is one that is reversible. Y'all, there are so many options for reversible bucket hats on Amazon. It's incredible, the options of different prints that you can get for a bucket hat. So you could take like 3 or 4 bucket hats and they're all reversible and end up with 6 different hats that you could basically wear throughout your entire trip. This one's really cute. I love the tropical hibiscus. And then on this side, it's just the pretty navy blue. So of course, this is probably an option. Oh, I've still got the thing in there. So this is probably an option that I would pack for a travel capsule wardrobe that I was doing with mostly pretty blue colors. It's funny too, I don't have a whole lot of pink in my wardrobe, but I did pick one that has pink in there. So it adds a little more color to my travel capsule wardrobe, and a different color than what I have typically in my wardrobes. It's a pretty little print. I like this. I did have a little bit of analysis paralysis when trying to find a hat and a print that I really liked, because there were so many options. So I forewarn you that you can kind of go down a rabbit hole trying to find a bucket hat print that you really like. This one fits really well. I have kind of a small head, so it's a little loose on me, but not as loose as some that I have gotten. So this fits me pretty well. Again, it's not going to give me a huge amount of sun protection, but it does give me just a little bit. And of course, I'm always wearing sunscreen anyway, so all I need is a little bit, and it helps to shade my eyes, which that leads me into accessory number 4, and that is sunglasses. This is something that I almost never talk about in my travel capsule wardrobe videos, is how much a pair of sunglasses or a different style of sunglasses can change up the outfit that you are wearing. So I don't quite have as much of a problem with sunglasses as I do with scarves, but I may be getting there. I have recently found a sunglass brand on Amazon that I love. I have only gotten the aviator style, but I think I'm going to go back and see if I can find a couple of other styles that I like. I started with these black aviator style glasses because I'd had a black aviator style of sunglasses for years, and they finally broke about 3 weeks ago, and I wanted a replacement for them. And I love the look of Ray-Bans, of aviator Ray-Bans that are the more plastic, not the metal aviators. I love the look of them, but I don't want to pay $300 for a pair of sunglasses. So I was sort of looking for something that was a look-alike, and I found these Sojos. They fit so nicely. They have so many options to choose from. So I like these so much that I ended up buying a pair, and it's kind of hard to tell. I'm not even sure you'll be able to see it on camera, but these are a blue frame with like a darker gray lens. In fact, this lens is slightly lighter than this lens, and this is a little bit darker, but they are both polarized lenses, so they protect your eyes from the UV rays, and it allows you to see down into the water. Another brand that I really love, and this is more of like my cat eye style, these are Blenders, and I've had these for probably 3 years now. Of course, it's always my inexpensive sunglasses that never get broken or lost. These are another brand that fit really well, and they have a variety of different frames and colors and options, and I think they run around $30 too. Love my Blenders. And then if you wanted to go up in price, and I don't have them, I'll put some B-roll on for you. I have a pair of green, and I think they call them the Ibiza glasses from Quince, and they're like a green acetate frame that I really love. In fact, I took those to Europe last year, but those do run $50. In fact, Quince has a huge variety of sunglasses as well, of all different colors and lenses and frame styles, and every one of their pairs of sunglasses is $50, and they've held up really well. They are my car sunglasses right now. I keep them in the little sunglass thing in the car. They're just different because they're green, and it adds just a different style and color to any outfit that I wear them with. Accessory number 5, our last accessory for how to zhuzh up your travel capsule wardrobe, is something that might be a little unusual to you. In this video, I'm not talking at all about purses or shoes or any of those accessories that we talk about a lot when it comes to traveling, but I did want to talk about this as an option to switch up your travel capsule wardrobe, and that is a tote bag. I know, I told you it was going to sound unusual. So when I travel, whoops, I'll come back up here where you can see me. So when I travel, one of the things that I like to get oftentimes as a souvenir is a tote bag. I started doing this when I was traveling in Japan, is using a tote bag instead of my purse, or using a tote bag to carry my purse inside of and then have the tote bag. So if I was out shopping around or even going to museums, because inevitably you're at a museum and you end up at a museum store and then you're buying things and you've got all these bags to, carry around with you, is to carry a tote bag with me out on my touring days. So this is one I got in Kyoto, and this is the tote bag that I ended up carrying for most of the rest of my Japan trip, and even when I was in Seoul. I carried this as my daily carry bag, and I would just put my purse inside of the tote bag, and I could carry everything else that I needed for the day in here too. It's a lot dressier, more fun, a little more creative than carrying a backpack around all day. And especially if you don't, a backpack to me feels a little overkill for walking around during the day in a city, especially. So I think tote bags are just a great option. All of these tote bags are ones that I found when I was on my trips. So they're not anything that I can put links to, but I just wanted to give you this idea of using tote bags to add a little more creativity to your travel capsule wardrobes, and a way to add other colors and textures and patterns to your travel capsule wardrobe. This is one that I've used for travel quite a bit, and it's actually my own tote bag. I had this made when I went to a conference a few years ago. And yes, the QR code will lead you actually to my YouTube channel. Just thought that was fun. This is one that I got in Sweden last year. I guess now it's been about a year and a half. So it's the little horse that they are famous for. And I haven't actually used this on a trip yet, but I want to, because I think the colors are really pretty colors, and they'd lend themselves to really being a great addition to a more plain and neutral travel capsule wardrobe. And then this is another one that I got. This was in Finland when we went to the Moomin store. So that was from the same trip. We spent enough money that we actually ended up getting these tote bags for free. And we ended up using these tote bags as our personal item bags coming back, because we bought just a few souvenirs on that Nordic trip that we ended up not having quite enough space in our luggage to bring everything home. So thank goodness we had our tote bags to use. So those are just a few of my ideas on how you can add a little more personality to your neutral travel capsule wardrobes. But I'd love to know, what is your favorite style accessory that you like to pack that adds more spice to your travel capsule wardrobes? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you are looking for more creative ways to wear those scarves when you are traveling, like I talked about before, check out this video next. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today. I hope that you have safe and wonderful travels.